Most people don't fail because they're weak, they fail because they talk too damn much. Now look, I'm not saying be mute like a rock, but if you're the type that posts every move, shares every plan, and explains every decision like you're on a podcast nobody asked for, congratulations, you're easier to read than a children's book. And Machiavelli, that guy figured this out before iPhones, before WhatsApp stories, before people even had the luxury to overshare in HD. He said, everyone sees what you appear to be, but few experience what you really are. Translation, shut up, let them guess, let them assume, let them sweat. Because here's what nobody tells you, silence is power. The loudest guy in the room, usually the weakest. The quiet one is either shy or calculating your downfall like it's a chess game in 4K. Want to know the trick? Before we get into it, understand this. There's silence, and then there's weaponized silence. 3 types. Each one hits different. Each one builds power without saying a word. And once you know how to use them, bro, you're not just playing the game anymore. You're controlling it, moving like a ghost with a blueprint, letting everybody else talk themselves into corners while you stay 10 steps ahead. Let's break it down. Type 1, the let them talk silence. You're in a conversation, your ego wants to jump in, wants to flex, correct, defend, impress, but the move, you shut up, you lean back, you listen, not fake listen, not waiting for your turn to talk, listen. I mean, let them run their mouth like it's a confessional booth, and you're the priest who don't judge, just absorb. Because here's the secret. People love to reveal themselves. They tell you their fears without realizing. They show you their weaknesses wrapped in fake confidence. They drop hints about what they want, what they envy, who they're pretending to be. All you got to do is nod like a therapist and think like a detective. No reactions, no tells, just take notes in your mind. Because the more they talk, the more they hand you the blueprint to who they are. And the best part, they walk away thinking you're the open book. Because silence, it makes people project. They fill in the blanks with their own story, and that's how you stay unpredictable. Keep watching. We're just getting warmed up. Type 2, the heaviest the crown, silence. See, once you've mastered the let 'em talk silence, you realize something deeper. Power isn't just in what you withhold, it's in what you choose to deliver. This is where you enter king mode. You don't speak to fill space. You don't talk just to be heard. You let your silence do the heavy lifting. And when you finally drop a sentence, boom, the whole room shifts. Because when you rarely speak, people stop treating your voice like background noise. They start treating it like breaking news. Your silence becomes an event. And your words, they carry weight, gravity, impact. You don't need to yell. You don't need to explain. You don't need to prove. You speak like someone who already knows the outcome. And that energy changes everything. Look at how real leaders move. They don't interrupt. They don't overshare. They don't argue with clowns. They sit back, they observe, and when they speak, everybody listens. It's not charisma, it's not magic, it's discipline. They mastered the art of restraint because they know something the loud ones don't. Every time you talk, you're either building mystery or burning it down. Be rare, say less, mean more. And when you do speak, make sure it hits like a quiet storm. Now let's take it even deeper. Now, you've learned how to let them talk. You've seen how rare words hit harder. But this third one, this is where silence turns from power into madness. Type 3, the mystery makes them crazy. Silence. People can't stand a quiet room. They'll fill it with assumptions, projections, and fantasies, especially when you're the one staying silent in it. You disappear for a bit, suddenly you're everything in their head. To one person, you're locked in grinding CEO mode. To another, you're probably breaking hearts somewhere. And to a few, you might even be going full monk in a cave somewhere in Nepal. But you haven't said a damn thing. That's the art. You're not out here chasing validation. You're letting imagination do your marketing. People fear what they can't predict. And mystery, that's unpredictable energy wrapped in silence. It haunts them, it distracts them, it pulls focus. And while they're caught in theories, you're locked in on execution. Look, Machiavelli didn't survive power games by being the loudest in the room. He didn't tweet out his moves. He didn't explain his ambition. He knew something they didn't. Silence isn't absence, it's presence with discipline. And in today's world where everyone's out here oversharing like it's a TikTok confession booth, the one who says less instantly becomes more respected, more intimidating, more unforgettable, because mystery doesn't just make them curious, it makes them obsessed. So next time you're tempted to explain, prove, justify, post, or update, don't. Just go ghost, let your work speak, let your distance create gravity, and let their minds do the rest. Because remember, the lion doesn't announce the hunt. He doesn't send a calendar invite. He just shows up when it's too late to run. So stop being the narrator of your own life. Be the mystery they can't stop watching. And when the time's right, strike so hard they realize you weren't silent, you were just dangerous.